Appliances. Pleasingly convenient, usefully reliable, relentlessly unexciting. Appliances such as the kettle, the hairdryer, the toaster, and the Toyota Starlet.
Founded in 1937, Toyota has grown to become the largest listed company in Japan and the 14th largest in the world by revenues. It is now the largest manufacturer of vehicles in the world, selling nearly 10 million units last year, and it has achieved this while maintaining profitability that has been consistently among the strongest in the industry. Last year, it made a record $17.8 billion in profit. However, despite its size, Toyota has remained agile. This has been and continues to be one of the key determinants of its success. The foundation of Toyota's agility is operational agility. Much of this stems from Toyota's reaction to the disruption of World War II. This created a different operational environment for Toyota to the likes of Ford. US firms used mass production to produce as many parts as cheaply as possible. Toyota's market was small, subject to material shortage, and it had to make a variety of vehicles on the same line. In designing a company to deal with this environment, Toyota built a company that could be agile in other environments as well. The Toyota production system pioneered lean methodologies. The focus was on the elimination of waste and improved efficiencies. Activities were judged on the value they created. But it also promoted flexibility, a key component of operational agility. Toyota presents an excellent example of the kind of agility described in Seoul's strategy as active waiting. For example, keeping the pressure on through continual routine operational improvements. We'll see other examples of this as our story develops. Toyota's agility has allowed it to weather the significant recent disruptions of the global financial crisis, product recalls, and the Japanese tsunami. However, this agility has not just helped it survive, but also seize opportunities, and our story will focus on 3 examples of this. They'll show that operational agility can be a strong foundation from which strategic agility can be built. Toyota's 1965 entry into the US market demonstrated a capability that is seen within agile firms. An excellent sense-respond capability. Toyota sensed a market gap in the US that was not being met by Detroit. Low price, small size, high quality cars. Toyota knew their operational efficiencies would leave US auto manufacturers unable to meet them on price or quality. They also sensed that Japanese firms were not known for quality in the US, so they set about changing this perception. In a second example of sense response, Toyota used its experience from Japan's 1969 domestic oil crisis to see the world differently, foreseeing the need for more fuel-efficient vehicles in the US as well. During the energy crises of the 1970s, all auto manufacturers were affected, but the fact that Toyota had already production models with fuel-efficient engines helped it capture market share. Toyota's success in the US is now undisputed. Over 30% of Toyota's sales comes from North America. The launch of the premium Lexus brand in 1989 represents another example of agility. Traditionally, Toyota was known for making small vehicles. However, in 10 years, it transitioned to become a leading player in luxury cars, outselling BMW, Cadillac and Mercedes in the US by the year 2000. How and why did they do it? Toyota saw the risk of impending voluntary trade restrictions and realised that maintained profitability would rely upon value rather than volume. They had to move quickly to premiumise their range. The ability to recognise and move on this opportunity represents an example of strategic agility. It began when Toyota asked, can we create a luxury vehicle to challenge the world's best? Leadership provided a vision that everyone could buy into, but didn't specify how to get there. In 1986, Honda had led the Japanese charge to premiumise with Acura. Rather than just playing catch-up, Toyota sought to leapfrog. It used its sense response capability, customer insights, and over $1 billion from its war chest to create a superior luxury car. Lexus not only changed the luxury car, they changed the way luxury cars were marketed. Lexus made it clear that they were after the pursuit of perfection. Toyota was able to deliver on this because of their superior operational agility.
Here we go.
Toyota's investment in hybrid technology demonstrates another successful transition, completed more effectively than its competitors, demonstrating strategic agility. Toyota was barred from participation in eco-friendly car developments being led by the US government and Detroit automakers. It also saw higher oil prices as a potential threat to long-term sustainability, but chose to reframe this as an opportunity. It did this by setting a vision, 100% more fuel-efficient cars rather than a specific goal such as go and develop a hybrid, just as they had done with Lexus. They then followed this through by providing ample resources. Toyota also exploited the wait-and-see approach of the US manufacturers. GM and others had hesitated on investing. However, Toyota wasn't the first mover. Nissan launched a hybrid first. Yet Toyota's agility enabled them to leapfrog the competition and become the first to commercially mass-produce such vehicles. And they did this while risking cannibalization of their other, higher-margin products. The Prius was a small car, initially sold at a loss, competing for share with their successful and profitable Camry and Corolla models. Today, Toyota has a 70% share of hybrids in the US. In conclusion, perhaps the single most important insight from this case is the way Toyota was able to use operational agility as a foundation for strategic agility.
But on that bombshell we can end. Thank you very much for watching. See you all again next week. Take care. Good night.